It is Monday, June 23rd. Good morning and welcome to THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. The news, of course, is powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on the island of St. Martin with 3 locations on the island, in Cold Bay, at the St. Martin's Medical Center, and on the Puntville. I trust that you had yourselves a blessed weekend. I certainly did. This is the day the Lord hath made. We shall all rejoice and be glad in it. If this is your first time here with us today, we always ask our first-time listeners or viewers to please subscribe to our YouTube's channel so that we do not miss any news or information. Yeah? Now, let's get right to the news this morning. We begin out of St. Kitts. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force continued its search efforts on Saturday morning in the ongoing investigation into the disappearance of Miss Janelika Romney. The coordinated search operation commenced at approximately 6:30 a.m. in the New Guinea area and involved a broad cross-section of participants. According to the press statement, joining the search were students from the Verchilds and Charles E. Mills secondary schools, family members of the missing teenager, and concerned members of the public. Also present were the Honorable Samal Duggins, parliamentary representative for the area, Mr. Azad Gums of the People's Action Movement, and Ms. Mendicia Marsham of the People's Labour Party, assisting in the efforts. The operation was led by Inspector Marvin Thompson and Corporal Jefferson, supported by a team comprising police officers, members of the fire and rescue services, and soldiers from the St. Kitts and Nevis Defence Force. Search teams canvassed the area stretching from New Guinea to Halfway Tree, including the Brimston Hill vicinity, before relocating to Deep Bay, where further searches were conducted from the Gibbons area to the horse track. Mr. Wendell Pemberton of WASP Security provided valuable aerial support using drone technology. Unfortunately, despite these comprehensive efforts, the search concluded at approximately 10:30 a.m. without locating Janelika or uncovering any new leads. Earlier that said morning on Saturday between 3 and 4:30 a.m., police investigators executed several search warrants at premises in Deep Bay, Parsons, and St. Paul's. These operations were aimed at locating the missing girl or gathering relevant evidence but did not yield any significant findings. The Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force thanks all who participated in the exercise on Saturday and reaffirms its commitment to finding Janelika and urges anyone with information that may assist the investigation to come forward. The public's continued support is vital and all credible leads will be thoroughly pursued according to the statement. So again, I know there are lots of misinformation out there as it relates to this case, and I ask that viewers and listeners, you ought to listen to the official channels. You know, I see a lot of crazy stuff out there over the weekend and I'm like, wow. So it's very important to get your statements from the top officials, including the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. And I do hope that they find her very soon. At least I'm hopeful by the end of this news broadcast, we'll hear that she's safe and sound. Fingers crossed. News out of Antigua and Barbuda. Prime Minister the Honorable Gaston Browne has assured Antigua and Barbuda that his administration is working diligently to ensure there are no travel restrictions on the twin island nation by the United States. He made the comments in an interview with ABS at his office on Friday. He said it will never happen. Let's give a listen to the Honorable Prime Minister.
Even the most recent situation here in which the Washington Post said that the United States may take a policy decision to block Antiguans and Barbudans from going to the United States. I can reassure the people of Antigua and Barbuda that will never happen. So those of you who may begin to feel shaky and getting a little weak-kneed, trust me, you know, we are too competent, too skillful. And we have the diplomatic skills to make sure that the relationship does not deteriorate to the extent that the United States has to take any such hostile position against our people. So despite the naysayers, when they come with their hopelessness and all the propaganda and they want to make you feel fearful, you need not worry because you're in safe hands.
That's the Honorable Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Browne. And I must note, also addressing the people of St. Kitts and Nevis on Friday was the Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. He assured St. Kitts and Nevis, the Federation, that the relationship between the United States and St. Kitts and Nevis is stronger than ever. And his foreign diplomats, they are also engaged in various conversations with folks from the U.S. State Department. And he's saying that all is well, go on about your business, travel, apply for your visa, whatever you can do. Yeah? not whatever you can do, because you have to do it the legal way. So all he's saying is all is well. They have not received any cable, any communication to state otherwise. So just go ahead on about your business and do what you would normally do. Yeah? Okay. And finally, in our news this morning out of the United States Virgin Islands, it was a violent weekend that left 2 men dead, 2 others injured in St. John, and a 14-year-old boy hospitalized after a separate shooting in St. Croix. The surge in gun violence has pushed the territory's 2025 homicide count to 22. Around 1:35 a.m. on Sunday, police responded to gunfire near the Penn Trucking area and the Cruz Bay roundabout. This is in St. John. And 2 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were transported to the Myra Keating Clinic and later airlifted to the Schneider Regional Medical Center on St. Thomas. One has been released while the other remains in stable condition. A second round of gunfire erupted minutes later nearby. Police discovered 2 more victims at the scene, both pronounced dead by emergency personnel. The deceased have been identified as 23-year-old Lee Joseph Christian and a 28-year-old Jordan Clenidon, both residents of St. John. And then we had a teen shot in St. Croix in a separate incident on Saturday night around 11:03 p.m. A 14-year-old boy walking home in the Harbor View area of St. Croix was shot multiple times. According to the Virgin Island Police Department, shot spotter technology recorded approximately 30 gunshots near JFK housing. The teen called 911 himself and was transported to the hospital for emergency surgery. And then there was another fatal shooting in Grove Place, that's in St. Croix. Later that same night, police were called to the Cozy Corner Bar where a 29-year-old man was shot and killed. No arrests have been made in that case as investigations continue. So with these recent incidents, the Virgin Islands, as I mentioned to you earlier, has recorded about 22 homicides in 2025 thus far. St. Croix 11, St. Thomas 9, St. John 2. Police urge the public to come forward and asking anyone with information about these shootings to contact the Criminal Investigation Bureau at 340-774-2211. That's 340-774-2211, or simply call 911. Yeah. We've just concluded THG News Today with Mervin Hanley. It's a pleasure to be back here with you today. Do join us again on Wednesday morning for a similar presentation. Of course, the news was powered by Carl & Sons Unique Bakery on St. Martin. The best sandwiches. They have pastries, they have everything, they have food. But the sandwiches, the best on the island. It's from Carl & Sons Unique Bakery. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everybody. God bless.
Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Pondville. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous Bus-Up Shop and Saltfish. It's Feezes, located at the entrance to the Cotton Jewelry Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They are also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.